What I'm interested in is, can you talk about all of this? Can you discuss maybe how you came to involve imagery of wide familiarity, maybe rather than the smears and drops and blobs of a pure abstract expressionist?
It's really cool. Well, to begin with, those references of Rauschenberg and Jasper Johns were critical for me, really important in terms of me developing and choosing to be a painter. As I was in art school, in high school, though they were very attractive to me in terms of Johns for the coolness of his work. It just blew my mind, and yet they were very texturous. And it might be something very simple like a dresser drawer isolated on a canvas, and that's all it is in gray. But that texture of the wax and the paint was incredible. The simplicity of just the choice of it, that one compositional element of a dresser drawer, almost feels like you could pull it out, and that was enough for him. Really blew my mind. So I, in some ways, I didn't know exactly what to think about the work, but I knew that I liked it. I didn't know how to talk about it for sure. And with Rauschenberg on a very different level, it was that painterly, messy quality that looked and appeared untrained, but when you back away from it, was very much orchestrated. And and the color also was very colorful, whereas Johns was very staid. So they had a very interesting balance, and they definitely had an influence on me. Another influence that I had with Rauschenberg that was very important to me in developing where I'm at now was the fact that we're both Texans. And that has always been important to me. Other fellow Texas artists are important to me. It doesn't seem like Texas wants art, and therefore it gets a lot of it, so that's what I like. We have a voice because of where we're at, because of what is different. And so anyway, so there is a connection with those people.
Your reference to the word charged,
yeah,
in connection with some of these images, because it suggests to me almost catalyzing influence, both to you as an artist, but I'm wondering also to us as an observer. Are these images in your mind designed in some way? Do you use them in a way to catalyze a response?
In some ways, yes, very much. We're adults for the most part, and the majority of the people who look at art are adults for the most part. Not everybody, but the art world tends to be mostly a grown-up event. So there's something funny that happens when you put something childish in front of an adult. And you kind of see them reeling back, and you kind of see them actually having to admit something within themselves, maybe if they're fighting it, or if they're easy going with it, they're already kind of probably giving it off.
Joe, one of the things that people comment about your work that I think is so wonderful is that it's happy work, that they feel joy when they look at one of your paintings, that they smile, that it makes them feel good. But I'm curious, is they're involved in your work or in your intention any degree to which you want to make a social statement or a political observation or a sense of irony in any way?
I kind of feel, in some ways, no, in terms of the political part or the social statement. I kind of feel that social statements, really good social statements, come from a logic that makes sense. It makes sense. And so if anything in my paintings is making a social statement, it's only because it feels or makes sense in a certain way that we get it. We get how everydayness this is, or we get how common our experience really is, how common it is to be joyful and how common it is to suffer. When I'm painting, I tend to listen to everything from very upbeat music to very sad music. And sometimes the sad music is wonderful because it puts you in a space as an artist. I know a lot of artists love listening to music when they paint. Most recently, regarding the aspect of joy, I do believe in utilizing joy as a way of painting. There are many stories to our lives and the people that we love, and of course, death is one of them, illness is another. Those are very dark, heavy things to go through, and once you have personally experienced it in your life, it stays in your body, it stays in your mind, it stays in your heart. A good story can make you cry because you've been someplace where you were sad. So these things do mean something to me, and I think if people look deeper in my work, they'll see something that's deeper than just happy paintings, you know. They'll see another side. But I think that's the same thing you'll see with anything. But it's important to me that it isn't just a one layer of a joyous painting or one layer of a happy painting, that there's more to it. I think that's the job. The job is actually positing enough of this stuff that you see a fuller world in these paintings, and not just one ray of what it is to be alive and what it is to talk about something, whether it's good or bad. I'm hoping that there's more of a spectrum to this experience, and so yes, my colors can be bright, but they can be dark too. And so my surfaces can be shiny, but they can be really rough also. So.
Well, I think whatever they may be, they share real gift, both of artistry and of the capacity to give to your fellow man a sense of real pleasure. And for that we thank you.
Well, thank you.